Welcome one and all to Martin Family Stadium at Albert Daly Field. We are here in Williamsburg, Virginia, the site of tonight's CAA quarterfinal matchup between the 2-seed Women Mary Tribe and the 3-seed Elon Phoenix, a matchup in the South Division of the 2025 CAA postseason. Two teams that come in blazing hot. Women Mary winners of 3 in a row. Elon undefeated in their last 6 matchups. Something has to give, and we can't wait to find out who will advance tonight. All coming up next on Flow College. And welcome again, once again, everyone. Welcome in to Williamsburg. We'll start off with a look at the series history between these two squads. My partner, Andy Losey, alongside myself, Sheldon Moss, talking about the series history, Andy, between these two teams. It's been pretty even overall, but the Tribe did get the best of Elon back in September. Yeah, exciting little history here. There's really no separation between Elon and Women Mary over the last decade, and so this is what you love to see out of a quarterfinal match today. Two teams that are looking to get into that semifinal round that date back into Williamsburg. That was the last time that Elon lost the match. As you mentioned earlier, the blazing hot records for both these teams as of late. So really fired up to see an evenly matched series history, and what we're going to see tonight, a very evenly contested match on the pitch. And now for a summary of this tournament, we'll take a look at the Credit Union 1 CAA Women's Soccer Championship Tournament summary. The winner of this contest will play on Sunday against UNC Wilmington. That is the 1 seed in the South Division. Getting started off at 1 p.m. Loser, their season is over. Of course, earlier today in the North Division, Stony Brook took down Hofstra. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And now for a team comparison, running down the statistical numbers for both of these sides. Andy, the big thing that sticks out, Elon is a team that has really been led by their goalkeeping this year, but they can also score as well. Yeah, Katie Bisgrove, we'll talk a lot about her. Her best game came right here on this pitch with 9 saves against Women Mary, but you can see with the goals allowed average, less than 1 goal allowed a match. Elon, just as a team, top to bottom, look really good. There's so many key pieces about the way they play, and I think if the Phoenix are able to dominate the midfield today and not allow too much pressure on Bisgrove like we saw back in September, I think the Phoenix do have a little bit of an edge just because of how great of a unit they played today. But the Tribe also a team that can fire away shots. You look at the number right there, they have a great shot average, so if they're able to be electric at times and get their big players into big moments, I think that the Tribe will be able to build off of this. And now we move on to the players to watch for this contest. We got lots of talent in this contest on both sides. We'll start off with Elon. It's none other than Issa Murdoch, the forward out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Andy, she's one of the biggest facilitators for this Elon team. Oh, yeah, 18 points in the regular season, 6 goals, 6 assists. She does it all. She creates opportunities for herself, and she's able to pass the ball around and do some great stuff. Scored a goal against Women Mary. You just saw that on the screen. She's coming off a 3-point performance against the Towson Tigers as well with the goal and assist. So we're going to be saying Murdoch's name a lot tonight here from Williamsburg. 2025 second team CAA selection. And now the player to watch for the Tribe, it's none other than Sheridan Brummett, the big senior. The coaches have talked about her combination of size and speed. She's improved every year. And Andy, she's going to be playing a big role in the Tribe's success this postseason. Yeah, what a jump that she had. First 3 years here, she only had 3 total points. And this year, she puts up 9 points with 4 goals and assists. Has really soared out ahead. Scored the game-winning goal against Elon back in September. She started the past 3 matches as well. So this is something that the Tribe are looking into and trying to get Brummett more involved as a starting 11 piece. Elon and Women Mary, a big-time matchup in this opening round of the 2025 CAA tournament. We'll get you kickoff in just a few moments here on Flow College.
Aha! I knew it! You are stealing my Jersey Mike's gig.
Danny, it's just because Jersey Mike's is an official sponsor of the NFL. I'm not taking your gig.
Now you're taking my look.
This is how I dress.
My glasses. I've been looking for those.
I wear glasses. I have astigmatism.
I'll give you astigmatism.
Ready for you on set, Eli.
I gotta go.
Oh. This ain't over, Manning.
Jersey Mike's, a sub.
Hey, that's my line. A sub above.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the Coastal Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
It is just about time for soccer here at Martin Family Stadium between number 2 William & Mary and number 3 Elon. As a reminder, fans, the CAA Women's Soccer Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, proud supporter of CAA Women's Athletics. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. These two teams out onto the midfield circle, getting set to go toe-to-toe. We'll get you the starting lineups in just a second here. First up for Elon. Andy, this is an Elon team that is loaded with talent, as reflected in their numerous all-CAA postseason accolades that were announced this week.
Yeah, and Grace Gelhaus is really the one that we're watching for defensively. She is the CAA Defender of the Year. She even had a 4-goal match streak at some point this year. That's how deep this Phoenix team is. Everyone create good opportunities. And for Elon today, they got to come out and start firing away. They cannot let this atmosphere get to them and just allow the Phoenix to really get going.
Of course, William & Mary, no slouch either. The big one we want to focus on here, not in the lineup today, but we see those 5 CAA selections. You added in Ellie Leffler, the talented freshman, Rookie of the Year in the CAA, but Andy, this is a team that can do it on both ends, offensively and defensively. Yeah,
Ivy Crane is going to be our one to watch in terms of forward. 6 goals this season. Yeah, no Ellie in the lineup today. It's a postseason game. We're probably going to expect her to get some big roll off the bench. She scored a goal against the Phoenix earlier on this year. But you're right, Sean. Just so many key pieces about this team that can really get going. Watch out for Mia Abbey as well. Only 1 goal this season, 3 assists, but she can create a lot on the offense.
Getting the start in net for the Tribe, Gwen Dowdy, the talented freshman. 5 shutouts this year, ranks 90th in Division I. Head coach for the Phoenix, it is Neil Payne in his 8th season. What a job he has done here at Elon. 6 of 8 winning seasons since 2024. 23 wins, just 6 losses. He's a 2021 CAA champion. That is Neil Payne. You see the assistants on your screen right there. Sean Sandoval, Clifton Bush, Jen Thomas, and Jenna Drumgool, all assisting this talented Elon bunch that won 10 games this season. And for William & Mary, none other than the alumnus, Julie Shackford, also her 8th year with William & Mary, vying for win number 47. It'd certainly be a big one. The veteran of the coaching game, 30 seasons overall as a head coach. William & Mary, 7 wins this year, hoping to make it 8. Assistants there, Marsha Lyken, Cole Orner, John Daly, Anthony Fisicella, athletics trainer, all helping out head coach Julie Shackford. These teams are ready to rock and roll. The energy is palpable here at Martin Family Stadium. A postseason buzz in the air as the teams make their way out onto their respective positions in the field. Again, we talked about it in the open. William & Mary, winners of 3 in a row. Elon has not lost since September 27th. They are 4-0-2 in their last 6. Last defeat right here at Albert Daly Field to this very Tribe team. And just like that, we are underway at 7:07 p.m. local time. Tribe will start with possession. You see Gwen Dowdy there in nets in the blue for the Tribe as her defense works out in front of her. Sends a long ball down the field to Sheridan Brummett, the big talented forward. Ball goes over the touchline, and that'll be a Tribe throw-in.
Yeah, great night here. We had some good sunshine. We had some rain come through the area yesterday, but it turned out to be a wonderful afternoon. Not that much wind here either, too, Sean. It's the perfect, ideal environment you want late October here in Williamsburg.
A very temperate night here in the Berg. Had some chilly weather yesterday and lots of rain too, but that's cleared up thankfully. As now Elon has possession here, looking to run towards the goal. Centering pass goes awry. Now taken up by Dowdy, and she'll collect it in the breadbasket to settle things down. Tribe come in red hot. They have outshot their opponents 61-11 over their past 3 contests. And they were only outshot twice in CAA play. Now, interestingly for Elon, it's actually quite the opposite. They've been outshot in 8 of the last 9 matches, but the key, Andy, is really the save percentage. You are not going to get a lot of goals by Katie Bisgrove, the keeper for Elon.
Yeah, Bisgrove has been unbelievable. They rank 8th in the country in terms of save percentage at an 8.65 ranking. I mean, we always say it, the goalkeeper is the quarterback for the team. If they are able to play a big role on the pitch, they're going to be most likely be able to win these games. But that's what I'm so captivated about. How can the Phoenix come in here and really take advantage and get some good offense going? I think in the first 15 minutes, it's very crucial for them to get some big moments on the attacking half of the pitch, then to try to put some pressure on William & Mary and maybe alleviate some of that pressure that they've had to deal with at the tail end of the season in terms of defense.
Just 2 minutes in here in this quarterfinal matchup. Both teams trying to feel each other out right now. We were talking with the William & Mary coaching staff earlier this week, and they said they like the matchup in terms of the skill, but Elon is a very tough and physical team, so we'll see how that plays out tonight.
And physicality is always going to help out in must-win games like the postseason. So that might be something to watch out here for the Phoenix as well, and that's going to be something for that this William & Mary side have to feel out, and they maybe have to step up in terms of aggressiveness as well.
Brummett trying to feed the ball towards Ivy Crane, who's being hounded defensively right at that midfield stripe. And she sends it up for Kinley Campbell, the product of Richmond from collegiate school. Big lanky defender. Manages to work a throw in for the Tribe. Campbell, a player that the coaches have gushed about. Super tough and physical. Good leader, not quite as vocal necessarily, but a really good leader by example and kind of sets the tone for everyone else with her toughness. There's a centering feed to the 18. Nothing there yet for Madison Moon, wearing number 33 in white. Gives off to Mia Abbey. Abbey takes a shot, but it's too high. First shot attempt by either side tonight. Just about 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, I like this chance here from Abbey. She just stands on the 18-yard box, hits the brakes, and gets it to her dominant foot. That's a good first shot here, just about 4 minutes into this match.
That pass taken away by the Tribe. It is Ella Ludwith with the steal. Now goes to Abbey. She was looking for Moon, but connection wasn't there. There's a challenge, and this should be going against the Tribe. A little too much physicality on that one. I mentioned Mia Abbey, the coaches said, extremely talented, and she was actually somewhat of an under-the-radar recruit that they felt like would be good enough to play at a lot of Power 4 schools. And Andy, you know this as well, being in the business, but in soccer, there's just a lot of distribution of talent, lots of parity in the game, and so a lot of those players who, you know, in other sports might filter up towards those Power 4 schools, come to schools like William & Mary and can make certainly a big impact, as Abbey has. And there's an inadvertent ball into the back of the nets right off the bat. Trying to get a number here. Looks like it was Ashley Brio who somehow got the ball past Gwen Dowdy. And just like that, Elon leads 1-0.
Oh, out of nowhere, you get the foul around midfield, and they create the opportunity off of that free kick chance, and then all of a sudden, it just got past the William & Mary defense. Really good entry here. Jessica Hill, I mean, she put some spin on this, as you can just see a misplay there, and there's Brio, I should say, my apologies, who just is able to put it right past the keeper there in Doughty. And that's what we were talking about, Sheldon. How can Elon come here on the road and try to make an early statement? And that's the best early statement you can make. 4.5 minutes in, you find yourselves up by 1.
Brio, the goal, her 4th of the season, gave the assist to Hill. And what was certainly a freaky developing play, William & Mary just caught off guard totally. So 5 minutes in, a 1-0 lead for the Phoenix. But rest assured, the Tribe has been in this position before. They fell to Elon early 1-0 that regular season matchup back on September 27th, ended up scoring the last 2 goals and came back to win. So, certainly a long, long way to go in this ball game, but the Phoenix for now do have the lead. This is Campbell with it. Go ahead, Andy.
No, just so early in the match, too. It's interesting to see really the terms of aggressiveness there as William & Mary fired a quick shot there by Brummett, who we highlighted in the pregame. It's still so early. I'm interested to see how maybe this will change it for the Tribe being down 1 early and how Elon will really try to continue to push it forward.
This ball being headed up in the air numerous times. Volleyed around. Ends up with Wilson, who kicks ahead. Now played back by Elon into the Phoenix half of the field. Stretch pass there. They're looking for Ivy Crane. It was kicked away by an Elon defender. Now back to the Phoenix. The numbers for the visitors this year have just been gaudy. 26 in the country in goal differential, plus 22. They've outscored their opponents. Top 20 also in assists per game, and Andy mentioned also top 10 in the nation in save percentage. In fact, they had a stretch of 7 straight shutouts earlier in the season. So this is a team that can get it done on both ends. That time Campbell using her goalkeeper Dowdy as the outlet. And this is something that the coaches also mentioned. Dowdy has played up a bit this year, especially against Elon in that last matchup, kind of using her as a 5th back essentially, which they felt like gave Elon some trouble. And there will be the first corner kick for either side. It'll go to the Tribe.
I like the way the Tribe have responded after giving up that early goal. They've just continued to push it forward. They're trying to get Ivy Crane more involved. And, well, we saw Elon score off the set piece there. Now a corner kick coming up here for William & Mary, a set piece of its own.
Abby plays it in high. It's tipped, deflected by the keeper Bisgrove, and safely into possession of an Elon player. There's Brummett playing that one over the touchline. And we were talking about Abby before we were rudely interrupted by that Elon goal. But again, the coaches just mentioned the talent that she has. You feel like she can play for a lot of schools in this country. But again, we're just talking about, recruiting, getting those under the radar players that maybe don't have the recognition in high school. And again, you see it reflected in the CAA honors, just so much talent on this Tribe team, particularly among the younger players.
Yeah, and sometimes there could be players who go to certain schools and certain programs, and they find a system that they really like, and then they can really start to develop well. And you know how collegiate athletics is now. You can transfer to schools, you can get different opportunities. So the recruiting game has changed so much. And so for me, Abby, the way that she's really excelled here, William & Mary has been a welcome side for the Tribe.
Green and gold trying to even this contest. Campbell looking to play that one into the 18. It was deflected. And over to Brio, the goal scorer tonight. Brio, senior midfielder out of Hopkinton, New Hampshire. Team leader in shots with 39. And she is a true veteran. Played all 71 games now since joining the program back in 2022. She came on to the scene 2022 CAA All-Rookie, second team selection back in her rookie season. So she is a grizzled vet and has put her team ahead by 1 so far tonight. That one's deflected off Elon last, it would appear. Phoenix trying to say it's their ball, but we'll stay with the guys in white. One over the line, looked like it was offsides. We'll go back to the Phoenix.
Yeah, talk more about Brio. She had the assist in that lone goal against William & Mary back in September 27. She started the past 5 of 7 matches. She has a good start, good substitutes. She's been going back and forth between that. Only her 11th start this season in 18 appearances. But right now, if you're head coach Neil Payne, you're pretty happy you put number 4 in your starting 11.
He's got a lot of weapons to work with, does Coach Payne, in his 8th season. Enjoyed chatting with him earlier this week. Coach Payne, native of Wigan, England. Plays that one for Wilson. Now trying to get it back. Centering attempts just over the goal. So the Tribe getting some early offensive pressure. Haven't found Pater yet. Just one shot to show for it. But they've gotten some decent looks. You can hear the cheers of the men's soccer team in attendance. They've been supporters all year long. Some dressed as minions. Very festive atmosphere here on Halloween week. Again, so much energy in the crowd tonight as the Tribe vie for their first postseason win since 2017 and trying to advance for the first time since 2023. Elon has possession. Coming this way, it's Jessica Hill, sophomore D, assisted on that first goal. She turns it over to Wilson, the talented midfielder. Wilson looking ahead for Crane. That one's booted back to safety.
The sense of urgency from William & Mary has been really good so far. They've just been able to continue dominate the midfield and get it forward to good players.
Here's Crane into the 18, trying to play the ball to herself just a bit too far, but it deflects last off Hill, and that's another Tribe corner. Andy, I think what we're seeing here is just the pure speed of Crane, really tough for any opponent to handle.
Yeah, and they're trying to find ways for her to get involved. She's also such a clutch goal scorer. She has 4 game-winning goals this year for William & Mary. That is the second best in the conference. So getting her the ball is a key ingredient to success right now, but I feel like the Tribe have done a really good job. Here's a second corner kick of this match, and both of these have come in response to that early Phoenix goal.
Abby will take it. All rookie and third team selection. Deflects in front. Here's a shot. That's also deflected. Good look for a second there. Looked like it was Brummett in the mix. Now goes back out to Campbell. Campbell brings it back in slowly. And she was looking for Abby, but the timing was off. You see Abby on your screen there. What a game she had against Hampton. Season high 6 shots and her first career goal. And coaches have said she's super creative, really good on the ball. I think it's just a matter of time before she really blossoms. And to some extent she has this year, along with the other 3 freshmen in this Tribe rotation. You can see the physicality there. Brummett trying to take that one away. Now Wilson. Elon brings it over the midfield line. That time it's Jordan Green, junior defender. Challenge there from Ledwith. Ball's at that 6-yard box, cleared away. Now over to Ava Hellner. Hellner being watched tightly by Wilson. Errant pass and booted upfield for an Elon throw.
Yeah, we haven't really gotten to see much of the offense for Elon. We did see that goal. It came off a spot kick in their own half, but this is still about 15 minutes in. We haven't really seen a good series for Elon in this attacking half, so really intrigued to see how this goes for the Phoenix.
Just about 14 minutes gone by here at Martin Family Stadium. Trying back in the postseason for the first time since 2023. Here's Gelhaus, centers it, now deflected away. Wilson playing it to her teammate, and that's cleared. Now back over to Ledwith, almost playing hopscotch with the ball here. Now Wilson has it, and she looks to advance. Sends a long through ball, intended for Moon. Moon giving chase, unable to get there. Physical play by Molly Witterich, another talented defender. Junior for the Tribe, earned 13 All-CAA honors. That was announced yesterday. And Witterich had also been a mainstay for William & Mary this year. Played all but 25 minutes this season, which is best on the team. Campbell's been up there too in terms of minutes played. That big 1-2 punch on that back line for the Tribe. Looking for Campbell. Pass a bit far ahead. And it goes out for another Tribe throw. Wilson. McCrafty Jr. Campbell lost possession momentarily. Cleared up and then headed by Green or Set. That right back to Elon. Elon coming off a scoreless tie against College of Charleston back on Sunday. Nice moves there from Crane. He draws the foul. They had a good year last year, 3 seed in the tournament overall. That was back before we started divisional play this season. They fell in the semifinals to Stony Brook. We'll see the foul one more time there. Little hand holding on the part of Jordan Green. Green or Set to take the free kick. Kicked away over to Ledwith. The Tribe will attempt to reset.
I was a little surprised to see Gray not get advantage there. I thought that she won the possession and looked like she could have gone to it and really made the way down the pitch, but not really a good draw up there from the Tribe off that spot kick. They weren't really able to get it in the 18-yard box, and you're going to get these free kicks throughout the match, and you're going to want to really take advantage of them. We've already seen how crucial they can be in this match. I was expecting the Tribe to be a little bit more aggressive there.
There's Dowdy again trying to orchestrate the offensive attack. Her team with 2 shots so far, 1 for the Phoenix, but Elon leading where it matters the most. Wilson plays along to herself. What a move there. Can't say enough about her ball control. Crowd reacting with every pass. On the outside of 18, kick backed away, giving chase is number 32 in the white, and that is Layla Green. Campbell playing up there. Elon with the run here, and Dowdy has to get back. Oh, that was nearly a disaster for the Tribe. I don't think the shot was online, but Dowdy scrambling back there. She does have a tendency to play up a little bit, so always have to be careful on those quick runs by Elon.
I like the decision there from Galehouse. You look up, and there's already been a weird goal that's bounced your way so far today. Take it from range. Make Dowdy work for it. She had to make a sliding attempt towards goal. You were right, Sean. It didn't look like it was going to be in the net if it were to get by. But just stuff like that, just consistently just sending those reminders, I think could be a lot too. Trying to keep the Tribe goalkeeper on her toes.
Again, we mentioned that in that first matchup between these two clubs, Dowdy did play up a lot, sort of using her again as a 5th back, essentially. So we'll see if Elon has made any adjustments since that game. They can take advantage of that aggressiveness. And again, you see it right here with Dowdy. About halfway up, even more so, to the midfield line. Green or Set, passes to Ledwith. Now for Crane. Here's Crane on the inside of the 18. She's got a look. She shoots. It's saved. Rebound deflected away.
Kick saving the beauty right there for Elon. Great job there for Bistro, just to throw out that right foot and make the stop.
Green or Set trying to get another one for her side. By far the best look for the Tribe tonight.
I thought Crane may have waited a little too long there, too, on that shot attempt. Looks like she was trying to find a perfect angle, and then she went out wide. I think you have to take maybe a 1-2 and try to find that upper 90 on the near side. because when you get to that angle that steep to close to the goal, your only chance is to go wide. And we're going to take a look at it again here, Sheldon. I just think that Crane probably should have been a bit more aggressive. She makes a great move there. Now is when you fire. You have the defender behind them, and Bisgrove was able to make a routine save. But still, these opportunities are adding up to it, and you can see William and Mary, the way they've responded has been very solid.
Certainly no shame in having your shot stopped by Katie Bisgrove. What a season she has had. We mentioned top 10 in the country in save percentage. Elon leads the CAA in goals against average. And you combine that, second overall in scoring, no surprise where they're so successful this season. 10 wins, 2 losses, and 5 draws for the Phoenix. It'll be a free kick for William and Mary as they set up their attack here. Green-Orset plays it in. It's deflected, but scooped up by Bisgrove. Bisgrove has faced some decent pressure in this first 20 minutes. Kind of a low-line drive kick. Didn't go very far, but it does go to an Elon player. That's Gelhaus. 3-year starter for Elon. Again, the defender of the year in the conference this year. 2 straight first-team All-CAA selections for the talented junior out of Woodstock, Connecticut.
New Hampshire and Connecticut coming down to Burlington, North Carolina. Great recruiter, and Neil Payne.
In fact, I spoke with him about that in our conversation back on Tuesday. Just the diversity of where these players come from. They got players from all over the country, this Elon team, from parts of the Northeast, California, a whole bunch of different states, even some international representation. Down goes a Tribe player. That was Brummett. No foul call, much to the dismay of the green and gold supporters here at Martin Family Stadium. Elon looking to go the other way. Centering feed. Campbell trying to find it. It does go out, and it will be a corner kick.
Wow, what a series there. That's defense turned into offense right there. Let's take a look at this one again, Sheldon. I think that's a clean tackle right there. That is credit due right there to Megan Dwyer. She gets the ball, and then William Mary maybe a little offset a bit off of that no call. They're able to come all the way down the pitch and force the first corner kick of the match. Another great play that Elon was able to turn into its advantage, and the Phoenix having a chance here to go up by a pair.
First corner for the Phoenix, that is, as it comes in high. Here's a scoring chance, and it's whizzed above the crossbar. Well, Ava Hellner had a look, but she was well high.
I mean, that was a perfect corner kick. Let's take a look at this. I don't know how this ball gets to the ground this close to the goal. It goes over a couple of the Tribe. It's settled in there from Hellner, and she has a great look at goal. That can't happen if you're William and Mary. You got to play a little bit more defensively. You have to make sure that Hellner doesn't get a squared-up shot towards goal. The Tribe had to be very fortunate that Hellner just misfired on that opportunity.
At that last dead ball, a couple subs for the Tribe. Ellie Leffler and Brooke Oswald come in. We've talked about Leffler before, the newly minted CAA Rookie of the Year after a fine freshman campaign. Goals in 3 of her last 5. A couple in that win over Hampton back on Sunday. What a year for Leffler. Coming in as a rookie. Had a really nice chat with her this week. It was great to talk to. I had a lot of positive things to say as well about just the culture of this team. You know, she kind of admitted jokingly that she was intimidated by some of the seniors, but she said they're always looking out for you, and it's a great group of girls that care about each other. So that's kind of contributed to the team's success this season. Campbell trying to center that one. Headed back out. Now goes back over to Gelhaus, and Elon will try to play this one away to safety. applying pressure. She is so physical. And she draws a throw, and how about that, and using the physicality to her advantage.
Yeah, that was all physical right there. You talked about earlier how the Phoenix like to use that physicality to try matching it.
Here's Crane. She's inside, kicks one, just wide. Looked like she didn't get a super strong toe on it. We'll see it again here. Again, but that's all credit to Campbell. Big, tall defender at 5'9", tallest player outside the goalkeepers on this William & Mary team.
A little good box out right there. I think Gelhaus maybe wanted the call to go her way, but, you know, great job right there by just stepping in. And Campbell, you mentioned her veteran playmaking of what she's done for the Tribe over these years. That's a play that might not go down in the score sheet, but could really motivate the team around her.
Campbell, more of a prototypical center back, but she plays outside back because of her speed. And typically you want more speed and stamina on that outside, defending the wide part of the field. So she's got some positional versatility. So you combine the size and the speed, makes for a really good player. Certainly been a big part of the Tribe's success this year, as this will go over the line for a Elon goal kick. Shots all even so far, 4-4, 19 minutes and counting left in half number one.
Yeah, so far, it does feel like the Tribe have had more of the possession, but Elon's done a really good job of capitalizing on those opportunities. We've already seen the goal go in. We've seen good shots on goal. So really even so far in terms of battles on the score sheet, it just feels like, though, for William & Mary, the continued possession battle that they continue to win is really going to benefit them as we go on in this match.
And that's really been the MO for the Phoenix this season. Because you look at it, their shot totals as a team aren't that gaudy, but they shoot the ball really well from a percentage standpoint. And, of course, they also have a really good goalkeeper in net to boot. So you look at the shot totals, maybe a little bit misleading for this team. They are just so opportunistic and seem to capitalize on every opportunity that they have. Elon now in the attacking third, looking for a second goal. Played over for Abby, beg your pardon, it's Miranda Dumornay, junior midfielder. This one's centered. Dowdy unable to get it. The shot headed away by the Tribe. Multiple goalies on the field right now for William & Mary. Another shot goes high. And a standing ovation for the fans here at Martin Family Stadium.
Wow, what a stop. This is incredible effort from William & Mary. Green with the great cross, and Doty comes out to try to make a stop on it and just headed off the line. How great was that for William & Mary? That is a play that, if it goes sideways, it's a 2-0 deficit, and now all of a sudden, you're still down by the goal, but you feel so much better for what you were able to do to get out of that possession and that opportunity.
Well, I'll have to double check, but that looked like it was Layla Green making that save, acting as a de facto goalie. And speaking of Green, another player that the staff has raved about, senior defender. Coach Shack said she's honest as a defender as she's ever coached. Now back this way, scooped up by Bisgrove. Associate head coach Marshall Eichen said on Green, she's a player that consistently gets better from the start of the year to the end, to the point where the coaches just can't take her off the field. She's got such a high motor and obviously plays defense and can also be suited for more of an attacking role too, but what a save there. That looks like a handball. But Andy, this is why postseason soccer is so fun. I mean, these are the plays that you only see in the postseason, just everybody selling out, giving it their all to win. Yeah,
and the atmosphere has been great for William & Mary. Great crowd on hand tonight. They erupted there. It's almost as if the Tribe scored a goal. That was the equivalent to how excited everyone was here for William & Mary. And you were talking earlier about the shots before we saw that opportunity come about. I think if the numbers were from earlier, 12 shots per game, but 48% of them go on goal. That's a great conversion to have if you're Elon.
Here's Brooke Oswald getting a feed from Leffler. Now plays it up top, centering feed for Crane. Crane sidesteps, lost control of the ball, and it's kicked away. Another good run there from the rookie of the year, Ellie Leffler. And some speed flying down the wing was Oswald. Made some pretty good time there. Here comes the Tribe with Campbell. Tiptoeing the sideline. Looks to center, gets it in to Leffler. Leffler was trying to control, wasn't quite able to get the ball there. Kind of got her feet tangled. Now back over to the Phoenix. Looking to start a run the other way is Gelhaus. Nice juke there from Gelhaus. Into the box, and it's taken away. Good challenge there from the Tribe.
I think I know why she's Defender of the Year, Sheldon. That was a great move from Gelhaus to get in there.
It's going to be a foul on William & Mary. Fans don't like it. Officials say too much contact.
Personally, I think this is the right call. It looked like there was a lot of contact there. The official waited a second to try to see if advantage was going to be given to Elon. And this sets up a great chance now for the Phoenix.
Yep, that was Oswald getting a little bit too handsy. Kind of extended her hands there. So it'll be a free kick for Elon. Gabby Hoshak will take it. The Tribe set up a four-person wall, and it's hot. I was going to mention on Gelhaus as well, Andy. It's interesting because she's the team leader in goals with 7, but she's listed as a defender even though she plays essentially an attacking role. So it's kind of a weird situation where she doesn't really play the position that she's listed at, kind of sort of a hybrid attacker and defender. But the coaches did say she's probably the best 1v1 defender on the team.
Yeah, that's a great skill set to have all around, where you can pretty much put a defender on the pitch and say, okay, well, she could be a great forward, add that to the formation. And then there's sometimes where you can say, all right, we need to have a little bit more defense, or we need more offense, I should say, but we have a key defender out there as well. It's a great kind of hybrid. She doesn't really play a midfielder role where she's really focused in on winning the possession in the midfield. She's one who could be explosive on the offensive side and make some great stops defensively. So she just lots of range up and down the pitch. And if Elon's going to put together a really good run at the CAA tournament, which a half hour in, they're up 1-0 on the road, she's going to have to be a big part of that.
Coach Payne said that Gelhaus kind of floats in between. Again, can play that winger and outside back spot, which is very attacking oriented. One of the most talented and certainly accomplished players in this league right now. Free kick is played up the field. Some jostling going on between both sides. Now to the far side, Leffler goes over to retrieve that ball. And the play, it'll be a Tribe throw. Another sub for William & Mary, this time on defense. Ava Schultz will check in.
Ava Schultz.
She is coming in for Green. Schultz, another valuable defender with experience, the junior out of Annandale, Virginia. And Green takes a seat on the bench. In fact, we were told that a lot of times Green can sort of run herself out of gas. She just has that high motor that we mentioned. In the box here, it's Abby. The shot deflected and saved by Bisgrove. But it will be a Tribe corner as they get another shot on net.
When you said Leffler was not in the starting 11, I was saying Mia Abbey's a player to watch out for. A bit quiet over the last 10 or so minutes, but she was really one that helped be the catalyst for this offense. And this is her best look at goal. Bisgrove doing a great job, just pushing it up, 2 hands on the ball, not trying to get any fancy sort of play there in between the pipes.
So Ella Ledwith will do the honors here. Right-footed shot. Comes in, it's headed. Now to the opposite side. Over to retrieve goes Oswald and plays it back up for Witterich. Try, take it back out. Now looking to reorchestrate. Now kick back away. Wilson heads it up for Oswald. Facing two defenders. Recognizing that, tries to center it again. This time, back to Witterich. Chip pass in. And try really having a good possession here. Ledwith looking to create. Shoots, and it's well high.
Elon, goal kick.
10 minutes remaining in this first half here on Flow College. My partner is Andy Losi. I am Shelton Moss. Thankful for all of you that have tuned in with us tonight for the quarterfinal round of the 2025 CAA Women's Soccer Tournament.
Yeah, it's been a fun quarterfinal here so far, Sean. The first quarterfinal played earlier today, an exciting one. So we're really happy to see that this one has sort of lived up to the other quarterfinal earlier on. But it's always great. You get to the 16 bracket. You say, okay, there's a team that's vying for a conference championship. It's pretty much a rebirth in terms of the season. Just coming out of here and giving it your all. And we've seen that from both sides so far. So we've been very entertained and very pleased to be here today at Martin Family Stadium.
Andy alluded to the previous quarterfinal matchup. That was Stony Brook, the 2 seed in the North Division, taking down Hofstra. Somewhat of an anticlimactic ending as the Seawolves won on a penalty kick in overtime just before the first overtime was set to expire. So they end Hofstra season, and they will face Monmouth for the crown in the North Division on Sunday. Of course, the winner tonight will have the privilege of facing the 1 seed UNC Wilmington on Sunday at 1 p.m. Back to the action here. Tribe looking to even the score. Nilsson making that short pass along to Brummett. Now Brummett trying to find Oswald. Headed away by Green. Makes its way to Mia Abbey. Feisty freshman. Nilsson working her way in. Sends one up to the goal, and it's off the crossbar. Still a chance to play it for Abbey, and she gets called for the foul. Actually, I believe that was Leffler. Beg your pardon. Booze rain down here from Martin Family Stadium, but what a shot there from Wilson. Just inches away from a goal.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, was there a touch? No. That was just straight off the crossbar. I wonder if Bisgrove pushed it up a bit into the crossbar, but that one is as close as you can get right there. But if she's playing the crossbar challenge right now, that's some serious range on that, but still creating some good opportunities for the Tribe.
Well, there's a foul going in the Tribe's way as Brummett takes a spill. Too much contact, and that ball high up in the air. 8-6, the shots in favor of Elon. Doesn't quite feel that way, though. It's been pretty even. Played up for Green Orset. Got some pressure from behind her. Now gets it back. And they go this near side for Campbell. Campbell nearly stumbled. It's out, and it will be, what's the call here? Goal kick for Elon.
That was really close. It looked like Campbell was trying to get a good enough angle on it to force the corner kick, and it would have been yet another one for William & Mary. Both teams are 2 so far, but a player down right now. And we see a couple of substitutions here as well, Sean.
Yeah, that looked like it was Campbell. Just getting stretched out, maybe some cramps. Again, it's a temperate night. Not too hot, not too cold, but a little bit of wind. Elon just made their first substitution. It'll be Talia Fayen to come in. She's on in favor of Ashley Brio. Schultz down the far side. Going to play it back this way for her teammate. That's too far ahead. Elon a chance to throw it in. Work something here. 6.5 minutes remaining, first half. Leffler and Abby, that freshman tandem working with the senior vet Crane. Try to throw here. Comes in very quickly. William and Mary just working their way up the field here with these throw-ins. Physical play here. And Tribe would have called for the infraction. That's Leffler again. Certainly no stranger to confrontation, but it looked like she kind of twisted up her defender there. It's called for the infraction. Woodrich steals that one away. Right back to Leffler, who spins around and finds a charging Wilson. Trying to recover after that ball. It's too far ahead of her. And there's a turnover for the Phoenix. Tribe will say thank you very much as they look to even the contest. Now Wilson, center of the box, doesn't pull the trigger, cuts back, looking for Ledwith, has to reverse course. Ledwith possession. Far side to Brummett. Brummett cutting inside, centering feed, deflected, and right into the hands of the keeper, Bisgrove.
It feels like for Elon right now, they're just trying to get it to halftime. It does feel like as if Tribe are really starting to put it together offensively. And for Elon, you just want to get into the break, being up by a goal here, and then potentially use that to strategize how you're going to go for the second half. Because Elon at times offensively have deserved this 1-0 lead, but they don't want to break defensively.
Another challenge there. Wilson. Talk about the moves on her. Gets a reaction from the crowd almost every time she touches the ball. Bisgrove will take this one. Here's Ledwith again. Up the field. Stretch pass that was intended for Gelhaus, but Dowdy has it in the breadbasket. What a year it has been for Gwen Dowdy. CAA All-Rookie selection. Has 5 shutouts on the season. Gotten so much better since the year started. Back this way for the Tribe, Oswald. Looking to center it. Right over to Wilson. She knew where that ball was going to be. Oswald measures up her opponent. Trying to get ahead on it that time was Leffler. No can do. And it will roll harmlessly to Bisgrove again. Will settle things down for Elon.
Yeah, Elon probably wanted a little bit of stoppage right there from our official because Green was down for Elon. Sort of gave them an odd man rush up the pitch. So, but it still didn't go in the way of the Tribe. So, good news is that Green's back up on her feet and moving around. And for Elon, they're also happy to not be giving up a goal in that situation.
Called here on the Tribe. Fans have all filed in here at Martin Family Stadium, watching the final 2 minutes of this first half. Elon leading shots by the slimmest of margins, 8-7 total. Both teams with a pair of corner kicks tonight. And again, Elon leading where it matters the most. Here comes Dowdy to play that one in. The ball got kind of lost in the shuffle there for a second, but it does end up in her hands. And she boots it downfield.
That was Jessica Hill again. I was wondering.
Here's a chance for Elon. This could be dangerous. And she's tripped from behind. That is a clean challenge. Well done on defense. Elon looking for a call. They will not get one. That was clean all the way.
Yeah, I was talking about Hill with the free kick earlier. Let's take a look at this one, Sheldon. This one is close. Coming from behind, and I think that's the right call. I think that the defender for William & Mary got her foot in there before any contact was made from behind. Good no call there from our officials.
That was Nora Green-Orset, senior defender out of Arlington, and made that challenge. Another key player on this back line for the Tribe. Another potential goal-saving attempt for William & Mary. So certainly Elon could be up 2-3-0 right now. It's the Tribe's defense that has kept them in this contest.
Yeah, it's like Elon comes in with this boom or bust mentality. You won't see them offensively there for a while, but then they'll come out and make an exciting play out of the mix.
Last 10 seconds here. Tribe a last-ditch effort to get something at the goal. And they'll play this one along and settle for a 1-0 halftime deficit. That is all for the first half, and what an exciting, action-packed first half it was here at Martin Family Stadium. Elon with a 1-0 lead over the Tribe, courtesy of a goal from Ashley Brio. So we'll get you back in a few minutes here from Martin Family Stadium. Elon up 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the 2025 CAA tournament. As the Tribe look to respond, we'll get you highlights from the first half. Again, just a few minutes here, so on for just a while here on Flow College. William and Mary trailing Elon 1-0 as we are here at intermission at Martin Family Stadium in Williamsburg, Virginia, quarterfinal round of the 2025 CAA tournament. Chuck Moss alongside my partner Andy Losi here on Flow College. Talking about that first half, Andy, pretty competitive on both sides. It felt like Elon almost should be up by more, even though the Tribe did sort of have the edge in terms of possession overall. Yeah,
you said it, 60-40 is how it all played out for William & Mary in that first half, but you had 3 shots on goal for William & Mary, 3 shots on goal for Elon, but that's just a number. You need a little bit more description of everything that we saw. There was a clearance off the line by William & Mary in that first half, and then you also had some great attempts off some corner kicks and some set pieces. But, yeah, I would say the Phoenix did a really good job of owning this opening 45 minutes in terms of coming out with a 1-0 advantage. So they're sitting pretty happy right now. William & Mary's sitting pretty happy by saying that we've had all the opportunities, but Elon is making the most of what they've had so far.
Phoenix up 1-0. We'll get you back in a few moments here from Martin Family Stadium. It's a fun night here in Williamsburg. Tribe will try to even it in the second half.
At William & Mary, we strive to be more than we are and to do more than we've ever done. Here, we do not live in the shadows of the giants of American history that we helped to shape. We stand on their shoulders, reaching higher, looking further, and leading the way forward. To be a place where history happens every day, and to be a university for the bold.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the Coastal Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at CU1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is the CAA on Flow College.
This is a public service announcement to anyone out there.
Come get cooked, I'm telling you. It's a W for us, a big win. That's what I'm telling you.
Ready, break.
We got next. Be a part of the vibrant culture of Elon University, where personal connections propel your journey. At Elon, potential is mentored into purpose, engagement, and influential leadership. Education transcends the classroom, driven by immersive experiences and hands-on opportunities. Dive in from day one to explore your passions and graduate as a leader ready to make a difference. Are you ready to begin your journey? Discover the possibilities at elon.edu.
Back here at intermission, we've got stats and highlights for you in this matchup between Elon and William & Mary. There was certainly a lot of good stuff to choose from. First off, stats from the first half. Tribe had an 8-7 advantage in overall shots. Shots on goal was even, 3 saves from the Phoenix. But, Andy, I look at this, the big thing that sticks out, 8 fouls for the Tribe. They were certainly the more physical team in the first, even though it did sometimes cost them.
Yeah, and I think that you mentioned earlier about how Elon likes to play with this level of physicality and be more aggressive. But if you look at those numbers right there, William & Mary is willing to step up and take on this Elon team in terms of just being more of a presence. They have the crowd here supporting them and really continuing to push them on. And you're seeing it right there, a few fouls. Yeah, some of those that were in the 18-yard box on their attacking half tried to gain a little bit of an advantage. So I think that, you know, this is a part of the game. You're 45 minutes in. They definitely are talking about right now in that Elon locker room about how, hey, we got to own some of the more of the 50-50 battles and not allow William & Mary to get that level of aggressiveness and make that push forward.
We'll start off with highlights first for Elon. They were certainly aggressive. Got some good looks in that opening 45. We start off with the goal on just kind of a weird ability play, a simple free kick that turned into a disaster for the Tribe.
Yeah, this one just gets by a couple of Tribe defenders, and Brio is there, and she just puts it in the right place. I mean, not much of a touch on it either. Just a couple of hops, and then got it right around Doty. As great of a placement that you can have. Look at that. It was sort of like Matrix-driven right there. Just, oh, I'm going to tap that one right by you there. And that's how we really got going here in this match.
A couple more shots here from the Phoenix. They certainly had a chance to increase their lead, but it certainly took everyone on this Tribe team to play a little bit of goalie in that first half.
Yeah, Green stepping up and making the great save off the line. Way to put your head in the game right there. That was a great opportunity from Elon, setting up some Tribe success.
The Tribe had their fair chances as well. See Ivy Crane with a shot there that goes wide. Crane in that first half had 4 total shots, 2 on goal. She was not the only one that had some chances. Another one there for number 23. Maybe that would have been one of the better looks on that short angle shot. More highlights from William and Mary. Lindsay Wilson, the energizer for this team, got a big shot there, but just went off the crossbar. So, Andy, again, good looks for William and Mary, just not quite those elite chances they weren't able to convert in that first half.
Yeah, they created a lot of shots, put some good opportunities there on goal, but William and Mary has to get a little bit more creative. Those were some odd shots from a little bit away. Elon was a little bit better at getting the 18-yard box and making plays happen.
Elon 1, William and Mary nothing. Back in just a few moments here on Flow College with the second half. Time to take a look at the CAA tournament bracket. Tournament summary presented by Credit Union 1. Of course, Tribe and Elon playing tonight here on Flow College, but the early result today, Stony Brook took down Hofstra in a really exciting game. 2-1 the final score in overtime. On a rather, again, anticlimactic finish, a penalty kick that sent the Seawolves to that second round. But, Andy, certainly whatever team wins this contest is really going to have their hands full against the 1-seed UNCW on that semifinal round on Sunday.
Yeah, the thing about playing in this first round or this quarterfinal round is that if you were to win, you have to play potentially against 2 number 1 seeds en route to win the CAA. So being the best in your division has shown so far why it's so crucial. You get the extra day of rest. It's quite a quick turnaround in terms of playing on Thursday night and going to play in Sunday afternoon. So if you want to win this match, you're going to have to make sure to really come out, use your energy today. Then the next 48 hours are all about recovery. And you mentioned earlier the first match, Stony Brook Hofstra going to extra time. So Stony Brook's got to get some sleep, get well rested, and get to go with the Monmouth.
Second half coming up right after this here on Flow College. We start the second half here at Martin Family Stadium. A reminder, the CAA Women's Soccer Championship is brought to you by Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the CAA. Visit cu1.com to discover better banking for all. And by soldout.com, the official ticket resale partner of the CAA. Well, Elon with a 1-0 lead over the homestanding William & Mary Tribe as we begin half number 2. Tribe looking to even this contest in front of a raucous home crowd. They are cheering them on in Williamsburg. Quarterfinal rounds. Again, winner goes on to face UNCW on Sunday. Andy Losi is my partner, and my name is Shelton Moss. Happy to have all you tuned in with us here on Flow College. Tribe had a slim 8-7 lead in shots in that first half. Shots on goal even 3 apiece. But the lone differentiator right now is the goal from Elon in the 5th minute. Ashley Briho on the assist by Jessica Hill got Elon with the lone goal of the contest thus far. Both teams making their way back out onto the pitch.
Yeah, Elon enjoying all that halftime. The horn sounded as we're ready to go, and here come the Phoenix out from their locker room. It's just off the pitch, so not a big run for them. But I'm really fascinated now how this first 5 minutes go. We saw William & Mary in the first 5 minutes of our first half. They were creating all the chances, and then Elon found one to go in the back of the net, as you just alluded to there, Sheldon. But I think now that this is where William & Mary want to be like, we played well in that first half. Let's come out and make a mark, and then let's play a 1-1 soccer match, and then play it to like what we saw earlier this year between these two sides, where 2-1 was the final. But for Elon, you got to find ways to get more offensively involved. You can pretty much take a huge step forward if you come out and in these opening 10 minutes create a goal-scoring opportunity, because 2-0 sounds so much more nice than 1-0.
Indeed it does, as the Tribe will start with possession. Booted downfield by Molly Witterich and kicked away right off the bat. A throw-in for William & Mary. Layla Green will play it in. Andy alluded to some of the possession numbers on first half. 62% of the time the Tribe possessed the ball in the attacking half, just 47% for Elon. So good news for Tribe fans there. They possessed the ball a fairly decent amount. There's a centering pass taken right into the hands of Bisgrove. And that's really been the case for the Tribe these past couple weeks in their stretch of good play here. Again, having come in 1-3 straight, out-shooting their opponents by 50 shots over that span. Tribe controlling the ball very well, passing the ball. That's limited scoring opportunities for the opposition. Elon gets called for a foul there, so possession back to the green and gold. Alyssa Keneally will start this second half for William & Mary. Just noticed that, number 4 in white with the ball right now. That one deflected off Elon, and it will be a, let's see, waiting for the call here. Elon putting up a protest, which would indicate that it is a corner kick for the Tribe, and indeed it is. So that's an interesting lineup change there for Coach Shax. Decides to go with Alyssa Keneally in place of Brooke Oswald, who ended the first half on the pitch. Here is the corner from Ella Ledwith. Plays it in high. Tribe looking for a header. Now kicked away by Crane, just wide of the goal.
Great 2 minutes here from William & Mary. They've created some good opportunities. They've kept in the attacking half, and now you can add a shot to their list so far. Even 8-8 split as we speak at this moment. But keep getting those set pieces, keep getting those corner kicks, and keep firing away shots. That's got to be the strategy for the Tribe, especially coming out to start the second half.
Here's Mia Abbey, the talented freshman with it. Sends it over to Crane. Crane works her way inside the box. Now cuts in, shoots, and deflected in that mesh of bodies. Doesn't get on net. Tribe still with it, though, at least momentarily, before Wilson lost possession.
Yeah, this is not what the Phoenix wanted to start off the second half. Already being tested so defensively, but let's see if they can build its first counter now.
Elon, no stranger to being outshot this year. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they came in having been outshot in 8 of the last 9 matches, but the key to their success, a 167 save percentage, rather shooting percentage for, and just an 0.56 opponent's shooting percentage. That one over the touchline. It's going to be a corner kick from the early indications as it deflects off Green.
Yeah, Feigen doing a great job. She's a substitute. We saw her in the end of the first half, getting the start here in half number 2 and getting these set pieces. And this is where Elon's so dangerous. I feel like most times where the Phoenix gets set pieces, they're able to create some exciting moments. So everyone stay on their toes right now.
Ball is played high. It's headed, although errant, of the goal, and it will roll harmlessly away. Goal kick for Dowdy and the try. Dowdy, the freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia, plays very maturely despite being a rookie. And you have to think that all the experience that she's gained this year will pay nothing but dividends in the future. Again, this is a Tribe squad that has 4 freshmen that see regular playing time. You could add in really 5 with Dowdy. So a balance of veterans and young players combining to form a team that collected 17 points in the CAA regular season and has won their last 7 home matches. Last time the Tribe was taken down here in the friendly confines of Albert Gilly Field, you got to go all the way back to August 21st, a loss to Loyola. The Tribe also did not lose a conference match all season. Elon trying to change that. Well, that challenge was clean. Goes over to Leffler. Tribe managed to swipe possession. Crane with it. Now sends on the far side to Campbell. Campbell, the centering feed, and a great shot by Leffler, but it's saved right to the hands of Bisgrove. Tribe fans love it. Another good save. Right place, right time for Katie Bisgrove, and we'll see it again in the replay.
Yeah, great creation here from William & Mary. They get it inside the 18-yard box, and then a one-timer in the air. I mean, that's a great kick there for Leffler. But Bisgrove holding her ground, and you're right. Sometimes just being at the right place at the right time, and that's what Bisgrove did. But really good opening 5 minutes there for William & Mary, as that was pretty much wrapping up the first 5 minutes. But as good as it can be, but dangerous here for Elon.
Potential 3-on-1 opportunity. Witterich trying to race back and play defense. Shot there wide. Well done by Witterich on the recovery defense, thwarting another potential Elon goal-scoring opportunity.
That's one that Elon's going to want to have back. They had a 4-on-1 break, and you got to give it to the captain there to create that chance. And Murdoch, she's a very talented goal scorer, but sometimes you got to pick your head up and see a potential option. Maybe just move it down the pitch a bit. You had 2 options to the right. Oh, man, if Elon can't find another goal here in this half, they're going to look back to that moment.
Almost a situation where your eyes maybe get a little bit too big and start to overthink it a little bit. Well done in the challenge there from Green, by the way. That was the cause of the rousing applause from the fans in attendance here, who seemingly have only gotten more energetic as the game has progressed. Almost 7 minutes gone by, second half. Witterich will take a free kick. Trying to time it up here. That one's booted high into the night sky. Back to the midfield circle. Now played for Green or Set, who will use Dowdy as the outlet. This is Leffler trying to keep it in play, and she does just that, deflecting that pass. Last touch by an Elon defender. Another corner kick for the home team. Leffler had been very active tonight. Again, did not start this match. She does not typically start, but she does play significant minutes off the bench for 8th-year head coach Julie Shackford.
Yeah, it just feels like the way that William & Mary has played so far today, they're bound to get a goal at some point. This might be their opportunity.
Comes in and snatched away by Bisgrove. Well done by the Elon keeper, playing that aggressively.
It's crazy to think about Bisgrove only being a sophomore. She's still got 2 more years of eligibility after this, but she's been tested so much this year, and she has been just resilient in the net. I think that she's going to just be the start of something great here for Bisgrove over the next couple of years for Elon.
Yeah, well, 2 more years. Hey, maybe more with the way things are going in today's age. You never know.
Absolutely. Find a way to get another year in you.
This is Campbell watching that one. And it's kept in play by Elon, but right over to Campbell. So she'll take that. Kick it upfield for Leffler. Got thrown down to the ground. No foul call. And no, they get it. That came in late, but it was a foul. Let's watch it again here. I think that was a pretty obvious call. Just a little bit of a delayed reaction from the official. Elbow extension. Now going the other way. That was Crane involved there. Looked like she was tangling with Megan Dwyer, sophomore defender. Dwyer, an 804 product out of Midlothian. Takes the free kick. Potential chance for Elon. Shot was muffed. Well done by Abby. Thanks for an easy save on the part of Dowdy.
Zal Hellner today had an opportunity just by that 6-yard box in the interior. Missed that one. That time she was looking to go for range, but she recovers well, making a great defensive play.
Campbell keeps the ball in play, using her size to wall off the defender. Leffler again has it, looking for that stretch pass, but the ball was going one way, and the intended target was going the other way.
10 minutes in, and I still can't find what team has come out here and played a really good second half. William & Mary has gotten the corner kicks. They've gotten some good opportunities. Elon's gotten a corner kick. They had that 4-on-1 break. But this is what you love. I mean, just 2 even soccer programs going against one another. It was an odd goal to get us going. And if it wasn't for that goal right there, we would be at 0-0 and we'd be saying there's got to be a moment coming up soon. But Elon hasn't changed too much by the way they've played after that first half here into half number 2. And for William & Mary, they're doing everything right. They just can't convert right now. So the Tribe are scratching their head. Elon saying, man, we can really use a goal here to really add on to this advantage that we already have on the road.
Credit to Bisgrove. She has made 4 saves tonight. By contrast, Gwen Dowdy for the Tribe has not been tested very much. Only 2 shots on goal against. Check that, 3. 1 save and 1 goal allowed. Goes over the line. Impending Tribe throw. Elon has been very disciplined defensively. The Tribe really hasn't had many free runs at the net. I was at practice back on Tuesday, and honestly, come to practice, see the team work so much on passing, especially that short range, those quick short passes. They kind of use those to work a little give and go, set up some offensive breaks. But you're not going to get a ton against the Elon defense. You certainly have to convert when you can, but Bisgrove has shut that down.
Both teams are wanting that throw in there, but it did look a last touch off of William & Mary, and maybe a little frustration foul from the Tribe. So we're going to see a spot kick here for the Phoenix. And if you're William & Mary, you want to limit as much as this as possible. You're kind of just in the edge of that attacking third if you're Elon. And we've already seen Jessica Hill hit some good kicks so far.
Here comes the boot from Hill. It's on goal. Dowdy has to jump up, and she'll collect that one. So Hill going direct to goal there. Not sure if that was her intention, but that was the end result. Here's Leffler with her speed. Just a bit too far up. Elon player down momentarily. She gets back up. That was trying to get a number there for a second. In any case, Leffler showing off her speed. If that ball had been just a bit closer to her, it might have been a prime goal-scoring opportunity. Phoenix has it this time. They put it in the box. It's kicked away. Now it's a Dwyer. She gets one on net, and a fine save there by Dowdy.
Megan Dwyer stepping up and just booting this one, and Dowdy, she got both hands on it, but you could tell that there was a little bit of force behind that because she even had a little bit of a back step there after catching that ball. But she's just happy to get in the way of it and make that save. But Elon's starting to wake up a little bit now. They're starting to create more opportunities in the open field of action, and I wonder if this has to do with the Tribe just continuing to push it aggressively for our first hour. Now Elon may be able to exploit maybe a little bit of the tiredness from the Tribe defensively.
I can certainly imagine with all the effort that William & Mary is exerting offensively, that does take a physical toll. We'll see how that plays throughout the rest of this match. Gonna have a couple subs for the Tribe at the next stoppage of play. Campbell again playing good defense. We talk about her skill set at that outside back position. Again, more of a center back by trade, but she's just got so much speed there that she really works well on the outside, defending those wings. In for the Tribe comes Paige Seitz, junior midfielder. She'll get her first action of the contest. Seitz had quite the day against Hampton, scored 2 goals, her first career goals as well, for the native of Toms River, New Jersey.
And coming in for
Ashley Brehogue will also check back in and give Issa Murdoch a seat on the bench for the Phoenix. And Sheridan Brummett, the second Tribe sub. Down to the ground goes a Tribe player. That was Seitz. So, you know the saying, you come into the game, the ball will find you. And the ball certainly found Seitz there, so too did the grass.
That was a good challenge there from Elon. Don't want to allow the Tribe to really break loose in open play. And, hey, it was just a common foul, nothing more than that.
That one too far ahead of Campbell. So we see the Tribe trying to use Campbell a lot to help orchestrate this offensive attack. That's the way they're going. Haven't really seen players like Crane and Brummett initiate as much, and I wonder if that's an intentional decision on the part of Elon to try to neutralize those players. Certainly hope that Lindsey Wilson can get involved here with her craftiness with the ball.
Yeah, but bringing Abby and bringing Crane off, someone else has got to step up now for the Tribe.
This one goes fluttering to the near side. In the box, shot that looked like it was partially deflected. Now cleared away, over to Leffler, fighting for possession. Seitz comes in to give her a lift. Leffler just so strong on the ball. Seemingly has that will never to be denied. The Tribe do end up with possession. Still time left, 28 minutes. But Tribe know they have to have a sense of urgency. We'll see if Dowdy, who has the ball right now, decides to play more aggressively as the clock winds down with her team trailing by a goal. There's Sheridan Brummett, trying to use her size to her advantage. Now goes to Campbell. Plays it back nicely for her teammate. Campbell looks to center. Brummett heads it, but it was short of the net. Goal kick for Elon.
I think the Tribe really need to get creative here and producing some good offensive chances. There's been a lot of possession for William & Mary, but there hasn't been that big, okay, here's their big moment kind of series. So they need to find ways to get it in the 18-yard box, and the level of aggressiveness so far has been very welcoming sign for William & Mary. They've been able to fight for these 50-50 balls, but overall, it's been a tough time for the Tribe to ever get anything really inside that attacking third. But like I was saying earlier, it's good what the Tribe are doing so far to gain this possession.
You can sense the aggression ramping up on the part of both teams. Here's Witterich with the defender trailing her. Goes to Seitz, near side. Seitz trying to work her way around a defender. Maintains possession, gives back to Witterich. Now over to Page again. She was looking for Green, but the pass was intercepted.
I feel like the passing lanes get so short. They're just trying to work for inches when you should be working for yards here. Try to get something across the box, make it a little difficult for Bisgrove, because most of these shots so far have been routine stops for the Elon keeper.
Again, they're still playing out wide for Campbell, but truthfully, Andy, that's a tough place to initiate offense from. They're sort of pinned down deep on that far wing. Certainly imagine it's a tactical back and forth between Elon head coach Neil Payne and the Tribe head boss Julie Shackford. Keneally will take a seat on the bench. Eva Marvin comes in now.
Well, it's interesting. You've been mentioning Campbell trying to get the catalyst, but she just subbed off. So another change here for William & Mary. 25 minutes to go.
Here's a feed to Seitz from a low angle. Looked like that was offsides.
Yes, so I think right now William & Mary is saying, okay, we're going to bring our starters to the bench, give them a little bit of a breather, and then about the 20-minute mark, you would say, nothing less than the 15-minute mark, you're going to see these starters get back in on the pitch and be making that move for the big opportunities for goal.
As a reminder, Brummett is currently on. Ivy Crane is off. That's the situation at forward for the Tribe. And Brummett working alongside Mia Abbey, as well as Ellie Leffler.
And this is a good opportunity for Elon to say, okay, their starters are off. Let's give our defense a little bit of a breather here by keeping at this end of the pitch. Go 5 to 10 minutes really strong if you're Elon to just continue to build these opportunities. They've done a good job so far when they own the possession. They just haven't been able to dominate it as much here in our second half.
Leffler off ahead from Wilson. Now goes to Brummett. Tribe looking to get something going there, but the pass was off the mark. Remember, all Elon has to do is play keep away and just sink defenders back down there to play defense. That's out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick, rather a corner kick, beg your pardon, for William & Mary.
Well, good job for the Tribe without their starters and still finding ways to create these corner kicks. But the question is now, who are you going to put in there? Are you going to have some height advantage? Elon drops a lot back into the 18-yard box. You can see right now about 6 red kits, only 4 white kits.
Ledwith to take it. We got Brummett, Wilson, Leffler all in there, down in that 6-yard box. Here it comes. Headed away. Now here's Schultz. Still dangerous. Tries to center. That one goes nowhere. Schultz still retains possession, though. Here it comes to the box. Ledwith gets head on it, just wide. Tell you what, though, that was a good strike there from Ledwith. And she got some mustard on that one, but just couldn't quite get it on target.
Yeah, that was a great setup. Maybe the best we've seen from either side so far, as we're going to see Ledwood just go unmarked. And when you're the Phoenix playing this way, this can't happen. But Ledwood doing a great job of just getting the head on it. Perfect pass. Just didn't get the angle off the head there. But that's one of those opportunities that can use to help catapult this offense a little bit more, and seeing how more of the crossing passes are really helping out William and Mary.
Another one played over the touchline. Throw in for the Tribe. Possession staying in this offensive half. Brummett with it, just on the outside of the 18. Over to the crafty Wilson. Wilson tempted the center, but that was behind the net.
Elon goaltender. Now we have a sub coming in for Elon. It's Issa Murdoch. She's on the field for Talia.
So here comes Issa Murdoch. So wasn't a long break for her, maybe about 8 minutes or so, but that might be enough to get your key goal scorer going. She had that 4-on-1 break earlier, fired off a shot, but for Murdoch, she wants to get really involved now. You're a captain on the road, up 1-0. You have an opportunity to put this match away. She's coming on, and that's what she's going to try to do here with our final 20.
Fighting for possession here, both sides trying to get the ball in their control. Ends up going to Elon. Ledwith giving a challenge and intercepted by the Tribe.
Yeah, the Tribe is doing a great job of just owning the midfield in this 25 minutes. They have come out and played a great second half so far. They don't have the goal yet, but the way that this match has been brewing up here in the 25 minutes here, half number 2, and even the last 20 minutes of the first half, you could say it's probably been about a good 45 minutes that William & Mary has been making the slow effort towards goal.
Again, Ivy Crane still on the bench. The Tribe's leading goal scorer with 6 strikes this season. We will see when she comes back in. 20 minutes left in a fast-moving second half.
Yeah, and it looks like Elon's going to bring back on another player. I wonder if this is one of their starters getting back in here on the match.
Free kick for the Phoenix. Schultz being hounded defensively. Somehow the ball stays in play. And deflected away for an Elon corner.
Oh, and it is a corner kick. That was a weird angle right there, Sheldon. It was really close to seeing if it was going to be a corner or a throw-in, but Elon's going to bring on a substitute, and a big corner kick coming up here for Elon. There was a few Tribes saying that it should be a throw-in, but it's going to go the way of the Phoenix.
Corner kicks can always be dangerous, not just for the offensive team, but also for the defensive team. Laura McCauley checking in for Elon there. This dead ball. But the way that the defense can try to play this a little bit more aggressively, as Tribe certainly want to. We join a rush. And Elon there just going to concede possession. I think that's kind of what we've been referring to. When you've got all those players up front, if you don't get control of the ball, that can also lead to fast break opportunity the other side for the Tribe. So I think that's why Elon tried to play it over the touchline and settle things down, get their defense sorted here. Abby's back in for William and Mary. And also Ivy Crane. So with 18 minutes and change left in regulation, Ivy Crane is back out onto the pitch, where we will certainly presume she will stay for the rest of the match as she tries to will her team to even this contest. Again, if you're just tuning in, only goal so far was in the 5th minute off the foot of Ashley Breho.
Tribe have to do something here to really get the crowd fired up again. Everyone's kind of sitting down, and there hasn't been a big moment as of late, but they got to do something to get the spark back in the crowd.
Physical play on both sides. This is what the coaches were talking about with us. Elon's such a tough physical team. Certainly skill and speed accounts for a lot in the game of soccer, but there's also no way to match that physicality, toughness aspect. Big staple for Neil Payne and Elon. Trying not to clear that one, they do. Goes out for another Elon throw. Phoenix in no particular rush. There's Brummett. Hustling down that sideline. They go back to Bisgrove. She can't touch it, of course.
Brummett was calling out to her teammates saying, where's the help? I'm going down the whole length of the pitch here to try to put some pressure, and no one else is stepping up.
Crane's possession gives to her teammate Brummett. Those two trying to end their senior season on a more positive note. Now upfield for Schultz. Schultz has possession. Centers, but right to an Elon defender. Intercepted back by the Tribe. I think maybe they want to work more inside rather than outside on those wings. Goes to Ava Marvin. Deflected over to Wilson. Wilson certainly draws the attention of everyone on the pitch. Marvin, nice work around the defender. Centering pass, cleared away.
Good job there from the Tribe. Got their starters back on and just continuing to apply that pressure to the Phoenix.
The crowd is certainly antsy. Just 15 minutes and 30 seconds left for the Tribe to even this one. Brummett looking for Ledwith, another one cleared away.
This is something that you have to watch out for in the last 15 minutes for the Tribe. You have to find ways to complete your passes. I know that everyone out there has been putting up a great match with physicality.
A bicycle kick attempt. Here's Crane with the shot, and it's high. Crane got a much better look than I thought she would with a trio of defenders standing between her and the goal, but she sent it just a tad high.
I like the effort there from Abby. Crane probably would have had a better one if it wasn't needed a first touch. It's almost like she needed that extra second to really bring it in right there, allow the defense to crash in, but still a really good shot there from Crane.
Crane with so much natural goal-scoring ability. You can look at all the numbers, 6 goals, 58 shots, both team highs coming into today's action. And Andy mentioned earlier the 4 game winners, has that knack for delivering in the clutch. Here's Elon. Loses possession. Ledwith has it. Looking for Brummett up the sideline. Tribe settles things down. Wilson with that speed. Has a defender on. Now finds Green. Green weaving her way through the traffic. Shoots, deflected off the head, it looked like, of Alexis Pierce. It's to Brummett. Brummett didn't have the shot she wanted. Now goes for Ledwith in the box. Back to Crane, gets one on net. Tip deflected and saved by Bisgrove. At the last second, Katie Bisgrove makes a diving stop to rob Mia Abbey of the equalizer.
Well, credit there to Abby to stay on side and create this, but this is great passing. This is something that William & Mary has lacked most of the night, but there you go. You get a good pass in. Crane, don't know if that was an original shot, but Abby doing a great job on the fly with that back heel kick, but Bisgrove making another big stop for the Phoenix.
Katie Bisgrove, the MVP of the game so far for Elon. She's been one of the MVPs for this team all year.
That third team All-CAA honor. We looked at the numbers earlier. If she holds off here, it'll be her 10th win of the season. I mean, a great record of 9-2-5, and you can see why Elon is here in the CAA tournament and putting up a really good fight on the road. And it's been because of Bisgrove doing a great job in the net. Right now, the defense has to be exhausted for the Phoenix. They've been tested so much tonight. And William & Mary just knows that they need to use something here in these final 12 minutes to just push them into finding an equalizer.
Well, you and I were talking about this before we got started here, but you look at Elon's underlying statistics, I mean, they've just been so dominant through the numbers that it's almost surprising they haven't won more games this season, just with how good they've been. You can talk about the goal differential, plus 22 this year, and they can score and defend at an extremely high level. So maybe a team that kind of got off on the wrong foot earlier in the year. They started league play, did Elon 0-2-1. Of course, undefeated. Since then, 4 wins in 6 tries, with just a couple draws also sandwiched in between.
Yeah, and when the postseason all-CAA honors came out, we were going through it and we'd be like, well, their forward is all-CAA, their defender's all-CAA, they got a couple of midfielders, their goalkeeper. It's a great roster top to bottom, but William & Mary, they won that match at home, 2-1 against Elon. That's a difference so far, but the Phoenix have made their way back here about a month later, playing some great soccer right now, but they know this is going to be a long 11 minutes.
Tribe fans trying to will their team to a victory. Possession here down the far sideline. Stays with William & Mary as they play along that touchline. Center for Brummett. Over to Crane. Potential shot there, and she gets bowled over. And that's going to be a foul on Crane, it looks like, as she exchanges some not-so-pleasantries with Dwyer from Elon.
Yeah, Crane got in there maybe just a little bit late with the foot raised, but we're going to watch this talk being had right now for Brian Miller, our main official so far. He knows that these two teams are fighting for an opportunity in Wilmington, so for a team, either one of them, you can't overstep. You can't do something silly right now that's going to cost your team that trip.
Desperation levels for the Tribe starting to rise here. Under 10 minutes now. And we've had barely any stoppages. Just rolling through this one. And there's a save on a shot from outside the 18 by Dowdy. Plays it along quickly. Crane. Using her speed. It's cut down. It's going to be a whistle and a sub for the Phoenix.
Yeah, so Dwyer's coming off here. That was the exchange right there between her and Crane. So maybe this is Neil Payne thinking, all right, I got to put someone in there. I just got to make sure that we can stop this exchange and bring in a player that we trust in Jess Beck. Tell her to do a good job here to go out and just defend here in this final 9-ish minutes. It's an interesting decision to bring off a starter in that position, but like we were just saying, you can't make a mistake right there this late into the match, and Neil Payne probably figuring out that doesn't want to do the same thing.
Centering feed goes to Ledwith. Ledwith gets a shot off deflected. Now another chance for the right-footed shot. Over to Wilson, looking for an entry angle, doesn't get one. Tries to flip it along, near side. Now Marvin. Defender trips, she's inside. Deflects off, last touch, I believe, by Elon, and it will be a corner kick for William & Mary.
Yeah, I'm also interested to move from a midfielder to defender. I think that you need more of a defensive presence right now. You got 8 minutes left in this match, and you have to keep everything out of the net. But this is why Neil Payne, 8th-year head coach for Elon, trying to get a signature win today.
Here's the kick from Abby. Comes in high. Headed up or set, trying to play it along. It's cleared.
It was Murdoch who got the header on that one. Known for her goal scoring, but defensive play there.
Witterich sends it into the box. This is headed up. Bicycle kick attempt from Crane. No can do. And chipped up and safely into the hands of Bisgrove.
You like to think that Crane is a great goal scorer and can do a lot. I don't think that's a shot right there. You need to find something a little bit better. You're not at that part of the match yet where you have to fire everything on net. You still got 7 minutes. You can put that ball down, look for your options, or even take a shot from the turf in that situation. You don't need to go bicycle kick from 18 yards out there. But it would have looked really nice if it went in.
Murdoch, the second team all CAA selection here. That one's way wide to no one in particular. Sub here for the Phoenix. As a reminder, last 15 minutes, the clock does stop on substitutions. So that will give a little bit of a break for the Tribe. Miranda Dumornay coming in for the visitors. Downey boots it downfield. Ledwith giving chase. Goes over to Elon. Brio with possession. The goal scored tonight may very well be the reason that her team wins this match. Tribe attempts to work upfield. That's how to play. It'll stay here. 6 minutes now left.
And this is what Elon wants to do. Just own the possession, but quickly make some good throw-ins so that the referee or the official doesn't have to stop the clock. You want that clock to continue to tick on down. William Mary right now trying to find any sort of possession now in the attacking half. This has been the best we've seen from the Phoenix so far in terms of possession in that attacking half.
Marvin was looking for Brummett, a little bit too far up. So they go back to Bisgrove. Witterich heads it high, trying to keep it in that attacking third. Wonder if we're sensing maybe a little bit of fatigue from this Tribe squad. They've still got a couple rushes left. Wilson for Crane. Crane has a chance, and it's too far ahead. That was a great run from Ivy Crane, but the pass just had too much speed on it. Crane unable to get there.
And look who was defensively there for Elon. Gelhaus just going in against Crane and making that play possible. It's just best on best last 5 minutes here of this CAA quarterfinal. That's what you love to see.
Another potential chance there. Cleared away. That's really one of the first through balls we've seen from the Tribe in this contest. Trying to beat the defense, which we know Ivy Crane can do so well. Just haven't had the opportunities against this stout Elon backline. But the Tribe do draw another corner kick.
So William Mary, quick substitution here, Sheldon. They're probably going to try to get some attackers on. This is pretty much all go now. 4 minutes, although the clock does not stop for William Mary to get these substitutions in. So it's going to be a quick corner kick taken here.
Moon and Leffler back in. Here comes the kick. It's a little bit of a line drive. Headed away. Abby giving chase. She gets it back. Now to Wilson. Being pressured. Again, going to that far corner. Headed in by Brummett and taken by Bisgrove. As she falls down, secures it in her clasp.
That was a big test pass for Elon. You bring on some fresh bodies for William & Mary. Corner kick, go time, and they passed that test. And you think now if you're Elon, you got to find ways to keep it out of this half of the pitch with just over 3 left.
Tribe get a takeaway, but they do turn it over.
But this is what it gets to when it gets to this part of the match when you've been playing so aggressive. It's just people are miscommunicating. There's some tired legs out there. Everything has to be really crisp now as we have an underhand 80 seconds left.
Yeah, we see Elon getting that second wind. Now trying to take the wind out of the sails of William & Mary. Chance here for Elon. Deflected and saved by Dowdy. That was a big one.
You said second wind, and they just created maybe their best chance in this whole second half.
Tribe trying to hustle upfield as quick as they can. 2 minutes, all that remains in this quarterfinal matchup. Leffler had it momentarily, trying to get the ball back without committing a foul. Clock will stop for a sub here. It'll be Elon making a change.
Now on the field for Ashley Brio.
So what's that stake here? Pretty obvious, of course, for the loser. Their season is over. And for the winner, a right to play UNCW in the semifinal matchup on Sunday at 1 p.m. in Wilmington.
If you're William & Mary now, you think to yourself, you probably have 1, maybe 2 good looks here at goal, so everything has to be perfect coming down the pitch. And someone's got to figure out how to throw this ball in. Everyone's looking for one.
Yeah, looked like the ball person wasn't there. Cost him a couple seconds.
Man, that could be a crucial time, and it's one of those things that's an off-field mistake.
Crane tripped herself down. Goes to Green. Crane on her flank, but pass was too short. We'll stay with the Tribe, under a minute to play. Witterich with it. Sends it in to Abby, deflected. Leffler trying to get control. Abby 2. Cleared away by Elon. The keeper Dowdy playing up.
Gelhaus was just fighting there on that end of the pitch. And she won that clearance, and now this might be the last chance here for William & Mary.
30 seconds. Here comes the Tribe. We got a whistle and a foul against the green and gold. Clock running here. Remember, doesn't stop after foul, and Elon can just milk this thing down. Now they stop it. So, not going to let Elon run this thing down.
And 9.
Kick downfield. Under 10 seconds left. And that will do it.
4, 3, 2.
Tough loss here for William & Mary as their season will come to an end, and what a win for the Elon Phoenix. They come in on the road and end the Tribe's 7-game home win streak as they win this quarterfinal matchup, advance to the semifinals to face UCW on Sunday. I mean, frankly, Andy, I think this was just a battle of will and of physicality. The Tribe just gave up that sort of freaky goal early in the first 5 minutes of this contest. And unfortunately, in the postseason, those kinds of mistakes can come back and haunt you. And that was all it took for the Tribe to have their season end today.
Yeah, we did not think that goal in the 5th minute was going to be our only goal today, but it was. And it was really something, as this is one of our plays of the games to watch out for here, Sheldon.
It is the Jersey Mike sub above play of the game, the goal in the 5th minute, courtesy of Ashley Briho on an assist from Jessica Hill off that free kick. She got it in the net, snuck it past Gwen Dowdy. to give Elon the lead that they would not relinquish and send the Phoenix on to the next round to keep their season alive. Well, what a game it was here from Martin Family Stadium. As we see 29 combined shots, 11 total corners, but in the end, it is Elon with the win over William and Mary by 1-0 final. For my partner, Andy Losi, I am Sean Moss. I want to thank you all for tuning in with us today on Flow College. Again, Elon victorious as they advance in the CAA tournament. That's a wrap here from Williamsburg.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of the Coastal Athletic Association, offers the best of everyday banking. CU1 members gain access to competitive products like high-yield checking, dedicated financial wellness resources to help you build a strong foundation for the future, and nationwide access through 24/7 digital and mobile banking and an expansive network of 90,000 ATMs from coast to coast. Discover better banking for all at cu1.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is a public service announcement to anyone out there.
Come get cooked, I'm telling you.
It's a W for us, a big win. That's what I'm telling you. Ready, break?
We got next.